Do you ever wonder why some properties fly off the market while others sit and sit and sit with multiple price reductions? Oftentimes, that's because the seller is not working with an experienced professional realtor. A professional realtor can help you strategize to have your house sold for the most amount and the shortest amount of time. Let's talk about why. I'm Mitchell, your heels on the ground in the Miami Fort Lauderdale area of sunny South Florida. On this channel, we talk about everything real estate, whether it's home selling, home buying, probate, senior relocation, and more. Thank you for joining us, and please hit like to subscribe. In selling the home, there really are a lot of things that someone can do to make the home sell faster and for more money. Let's get into what those things are. One of them is decluttering the home. Most people's homes have an abundance and excess even of furniture, pictures, knickknacks, and all of the things that you would have in a home that you're living in. I understand because my home is the same way. But when you go to sell the home, it's really important to depersonalize it. You want to remove those knickknacks, family photos, big pieces of furniture, and leave it very neutral, spacious, and open because you want the buyer to come in and see themselves living in the property. You don't want them to see you living in the property. And the kitchen and the bathrooms, we call those the money rooms. Why is that? Because those rooms really make the biggest impact on the sale of your home. Let's say that your house, your kitchen hasn't been updated for decades, and you don't necessarily have the budget to redo your whole kitchen. You can have the kitchen cabinets resurfaced, or you can have the kitchen cabinets painted. You can replace the countertops and put in new hardware and fixtures, and it'll look like a whole brand new kitchen, which is a lot less expensive than demoing the whole kitchen and replacing it. The same thing with the bathrooms. I remember I had a home that I sold that had a bright yellow bathtub, and I had a company come in and they glaze over the bathtub. So they actually painted the bathtub white with a glaze and the matching ceramic tiles on the wall that were yellow and white and just way too much for the senses. It's a very inexpensive fix that goes a long way in terms of the eyes of the buyer. Our third tip is curb appeal. When somebody drives by the home, that first impression really means everything. So have you removed all debris from the lawn? Is the lawn cut? Are the hedges trimmed? Do you have some maybe potted plants at the front? Have you had the home pressure cleaned and repainted? Does it look bright and nice and new and neutral? Very, very important because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And if it's a time of year that seasonal flowers are out, you want to put those out, whether they're in patience or caladium or whatever is most appropriate in your market. You really want people to drive up and fall in love in your home. Exterior lighting is also another factor. So just take a time, look at the home, drive around, look at other homes that you like, and see what it is that you like about them and try to incorporate that in updating your home. Number 5 is staging the home. And this is so important. It does start when you pull up to the home. As I had mentioned previously, big potted plants or flowers at the front door. But when you walk through that front door, fresh paint, light, bright, maybe a house plant, maybe a flower, maybe a beautiful piece of art in front of a mirror, but not too much going on. A new area rug. You want that first impression when they walk in the house to wow them. You want to remove objects that clutter the house and make it small. Get all of those things out, whether you have to get a storage unit, have a yard sale, put them on OfferUp. Less is more when it comes to staging a home. Number 6, setting the right asking price. This can be very tricky because a lot of times home sellers have a lot of emotion tied up in the home. And so you can show a home seller all the sales in the area that are about $300 per square foot, for example. So a 2,000 square foot home should be about $600,000 more or less given condition and location. And that seller may want $800,000 because they have new curtains or they have a hot tub. All of these things that are really things that people put in their homes because they enjoy it. It makes them feel better. But think about it. As the buyer, would you pay hundreds of thousands of dollars or even tens of thousands of dollars more because you like the curtains or you like the jacuzzi? The benefits of those things are that if there are two homes side by side and yours is updated, looks light, fresh, and bright, and the other home is just sitting there, it looks stale, old, and tired, your home is going to sell first for the highest amount. The highest amount doesn't mean that it's going to be tens of thousands of dollars above the last sale. It means, going back to the beginning, what we said, why do some homes sit and others don't? Because two homes comparably priced in the same neighborhood, the home that shows well is going to sell first. That's the one that's going to fly off of the shelves. One really big thing, and this is tip number 7, is explore where you're going to move. It's a very big thing and often overlooked. So let's say someone is looking to sell their home because now they're empty nesters. They've got this big, beautiful home and a bunch of empty bedrooms, and they want to move closer to the beach. So are they going to sell their home first? Are they going to buy another home before they sell their home? When they sell, if they've never lived in a condo, are they going to rent a condo first for the first year? Do they need the money from the sale to go into the purchase? These are all things that need to be considered, and it's going to be different for every seller. So it's really important that you think about, when I sell this home, what is the process of where I'm going to move? What does that look like? And it might be good to have a couple of options. You may think that you're going to go and buy something right away, but if your house sells quickly and you don't find something that you want to buy, perhaps you'll ask the buyers of your home if you can lease the home back for a month or two, or you'll put your personal property in storage and move into an Airbnb or other short-term rental. So it's important to be flexible, because things just kind of fall in their own timeline and we never know how that's going to happen. Number 8, use your head and not your heart. This can be really difficult because your home is a really personal thing to you, as mine is to me. But we have to try to think of it as a transaction rather than our home. I know when people come through and there are things that they don't like that we absolutely love, it can be hurtful. And when people make an offer that we feel is less than what the home is worth, people can feel insulted. It's really hard, but it's really very, very important to try to take the personal out of it. When someone makes an offer on your home, even if it's a low offer, we don't want to be upset with them. We could be upset with the 10 people that showed the home and never even made the offer. I never want to see the deal die on my client side of the net. And what does that mean? That means, let's say that the offer price is low, but the closing timeline works, the days for inspection are good, the financing or cash is good. And so if we can isolate the 1 or 2 parts of the offer that are not good, we can go back and negotiate that rather than being offended and not countering at all. We may be able to bring that buyer up to a price that works really, really well for you. We're getting down to the home stretch here. Number 9 is talk to your CPA. In Florida, we have homestead exemption. What does that mean? It means that as an individual, you can have up to $250,000 in gains on your home that are tax-free. And as a married couple, you can have up to $500,000. So what it looks like is you purchased your home for $100,000. You sold it for $150,000. You have a $50,000 gain. Well, whether you are a single person or a married couple, you don't have to pay taxes on any of that gain because it's much less than the minimum of $250,000 for an individual person. Talking to your accountant is really important because you also want to find out what tax consequences you may have when you're purchasing another home. So working with a group of professionals, very, very important. And finally is number 10, talking to your financial planner. Why would this be important? Well, when you sell your home, you're probably going to have a lot of cash at your disposal, and then you're going to be deciding, am I going to buy, am I going to rent? And you want to see what pot of money that should come out of. Your financial planner may advise you to have some of that money come out of your retirement, your 401k or your IRA. They may advise you to take a mortgage if the interest rates are low and they feel that they could get a better return on your money by having it in the market. They may feel that you should take the profit from the property you sell, purchase your next property cash, and take the balance to go ahead and invest. So it's a very personal thing. It really depends on where you are in your life, and having those trusted partners, your CPA, your financial planner, can help you make great decisions because you're working as a team. So you can see there's a lot to think about when you're selling the home. I would love it if you could put some comments, suggestions, or questions in the chat. And we'll have more videos coming up about home buying, home selling, probate, and everything in between. Please like and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you then.